Good morning, everybody. Maurice Conde reporting. How are you? How are you is the big question. It's not how is the world. It's not how is the world doing. It's how are you doing? What are you doing right now to make your world wonderful and livable and acceptable? I think I'm ready. How are you, man? So, Maurice Conde reporting. It's I feel like the scorekeeper, right? I feel like the guy who's I feel like the guy on Celebrity Star Search, right? Where I sit there, and up on the stage are the Russians and the Americans and the Germans, right? And I'm a kind of a judge, and I gotta hold up my card and pick who's winning. Right? I think that's I think that's what we should be doing right now, sort of. But there clearly is a war raging on right now in Europe, and I don't know. To me, it's extremely topical. I mean, we have war right now, and so many other things are contingent upon that war. Well, you say, well, we've always had war. We've had war all over the world. The United States has been at war since its invention. Yeah, and that is true, but it seems to be now escalating into our backyard. For the most part, American wars have been fought somewhere else, with the exception of the civil wars and the wars, the initial wars for property and prestige that were fought right here on our own turf. But right
now,
so it's being fought in Europe, and I consider that our backyard. We're inseparable from England, per se. We're inseparable from Italy and France and even Germany to some degree. But there are people now. There's a whistleblower out there, or not even a whistleblower, but a guy who used to be a top dog in the Pentagon, saying that really the only possibility for the Nord Stream 2 N1 explosions, the only possible persons who could have done it are two. Right? He's saying that it's either U.S. He's saying basically the U.S. doing it. He's saying he's ruling out two. Excuse me. He's ruling out Germany and he's ruling out Russia. That's a high placed guy at the Pentagon. We'll look at that story. And so, good morning, everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Vinny DiMartini on the wrench is here. OMG 420, welcome. Zoot Cooter, my brother. Champs is here as well. Christopher Conwell, how are you, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Chris Milk is here. Thank you, Chris, for being here. Timothy Mansker as well. Right, good crowd for a Tuesday. It's a good crowd for a Tuesday, and we'll look at a lot of hodgepodge news today. I'm just going to skim the news to get a read on what's going on in our world, And William R. Hall asks, "How's everyone feline today?" Well, yeah, my Batman is good. Batman is my feline right now is sitting outside. Batman, although it's 45 degrees and raining, the black cat must sit out on the patio because he doesn't want to miss one goddamn minute of being outside, even if it means getting a little wet. Cats love it, man. This particular cat loves being outside. Once he discovered it after being trapped in a New York apartment for I don't know how many years. 10 years. He served 10 years in a New York City apartment. And then he was freed. Him and I, we both sit out there in the outside in the middle of the day and say, "Wow, we escaped." So anyway, that's how my feline's doing. We'll also look at the markets at 9:30. Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of a bounce going on off the bottom. We'll check that out. And that's my thumbnail today. The high former advisor to the U.S. Defense Secretary. His name is Douglas McGregor. Douglas McGregor, a advisor to the U.S. defense secretary, not just some military guy, not some low-level schmuck, but an advisor, says you have to look at who are the state actors that have the capability to do this. Meaning, what state actors can blow up with that degree of precision the Nord Stream pipelines? Why and who is capable of doing it? And that means, so he's saying, that means, quote, that means the Royal Navy, UK's Royal Navy, and the United States Navy. Right? I think that's pretty clear. Whoa, holy smokes, man. A week ago I was saying it, and I was labeled a Russian bot and a Russian asset for suggesting that the U.S. blew up the fucking pipeline. Now, it's all unraveling because the story was so unbelievable. Even Elon Musk is coming out saying, listen, Ukraine, why don't you just lay down the arms, go with the flow, and less people will die. Elon Musk is saying that, catching a lot of shit for that as well. And we'll look at those stories. Again, my name is Marcus Conte. Thank you for joining me. It's all unraveling because the story was... We are live. War Games 3 live show 54. I don't know what happens after 100 videos. I think we might implode. We might implode. We might morph into something very different or bigger. Or we might fall away and go away and no one will ever see us again. Who knows what's going to happen, but stay tuned and you'll find out. That's my thumbnail today, and I have a website. I used to look like this, and now I look like kind of this over here. Every morning at 9 a.m., every single morning, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m., we on this program are live, bringing to you live occurrences of your world, inside and out. And we're live. You just come, you hang out. We're mostly on YouTube, like right now, and all the people on the, the real people. See the real people in the chat over there? I know a lot of us live in our own little bubbles, right? But right now, you're in a bubble with real people. There's, 20 of us, 30 of us, 50 of us, sometimes 100, 200, sometimes one. But we're all here and we're live, and I thank you guys for that. Also, as I said, we're live every day, rain or shine. You don't need notification. You don't need to, you don't need anything else but to come here and click on the link that's provided right here. Right now it's YouTube, or it could be DLive. All the videos are here on a daily basis. If you're watching elsewhere, you're watching on Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, and wherever else you might be finding the link to this program. Also, do me a favor. Do help a brother out and spread the link. Drop the link, man. Say, hey, man, we're doing some good work over here with figuring out, World War III and every other thing. And we're going to the moon, too. So stand by for that. Artemis, I think, is grounded till November. The moon landing, because of Hurricane Ian down in Florida, fucking wiped out so much of everything. The space launch, the moon launch, got postponed till November. But we're watching closely. We know that the rocket is safe and sound inside of the building. No one is going to loot it. No weather is going to break it. So the rocket's going, man. We're going to the moon, right through the Van Halen belt, right to the fucking moon, a loop around the moon, man, right back, right on back. Photographs and radio communication all the way, right? Remote control fucking rocket to the moon, man. I can't wait. Been there 6 times. We've been there 6 times. Well, 5 times. We tried 6 and we were there 5, whatever the number is. We've been there a long time. So, what else? Let's start here, man. So, Aaron Judge, Aaron Judge, the amazing baseball player, this guy right here, is trying to hit 60. He's trying to hit one more home run, and he can't do it. Right now, Aaron Judge is is tied for one of the. He's tied at 61 with a guy named Roger Maris for the all-time home runs banged over the fence in a single season. And he just can't get that last one. Right? He's tied, right? He beat Babe Ruth at 60. So he's still in a rut. There's 3 games left. 1, 2, 3. One of them is a doubleheader. So Aaron Judge has literally 2 more times, 2 more days, 2 more attempts, one of which is 2 games, a doubleheader, and another game to break Roger Maris's record. That's 27 innings to hit 1 home run. Can he do it? Can he do it? I don't know. It's going to be, if he doesn't, man, wow, what an effort, though, right? He tied. All right, so I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to hit a home run. I think he's going to hit a home run on the doubleheader day. He's whacking his steroid right now, man. He's panicking and he's reaching for the steroid. He called Barry Bonds up, said, "Barry, how'd you do it? Barry, how'd you do it, man?" And Barry says, "Just turn around and pray to God as we inject this shit into your ass, and you'll hit another home run." Right? Here comes the doping scandal if he does it, right? So anyway, Aaron Judge doing some amazing. Look at this guy, man. He loves fucking needles. Look at this. Chinese artist turns COVID-19 test into art. That is some art. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 20 needles, 20 boosts. I don't know if they're real or fake or what it is, but that's a photograph for our times right there. Look at all those hypodermic needles. Right? People that are triple boosted and quadruple boosted love this, man. They go, "Oh, man, I could use some of those, right? I could use it. Can I have some of your serum, please?" I don't know who this guy is, but it's just a great picture, man. He's a guy. He seems to here he is. He seems to be pro. His artist, his name is Sion Zuji. He even takes photographs of the swab. He sticks the camera in his mouth while the swab goes up his nose. And hey, listen, man, make art out of it. Make art out of war, right? The war against you, COVID-19, right? And big pharma, and he turned it into artwork. See that artwork? So there, you remember back in the 70s? You ever see the movie The Warriors? Warriors, come out and play. Remember The Warriors, the movie? It was a movie about gangs in New York City, and the Warriors were one gang, and they happened to have been from Coney Island. Now, that was a fictional depiction of gang violence in New York City. But it does seem that it's happening again. Look at this. This is yesterday. There are green fucking leotard fat people. Fat ass. What color are their skin? We can't even see their skin color. They're hiding their skin color from us because they don't want us to know what color they are. Right? That's how they're going to solve the race problem. But they look like fat black women to me. Beating people up on the train. Look at this shit. Train violence. Complete animals and bizarre neo-leotards who assault and rob teens. What the fuck is going on, man? I mean, this is unbelievable. Look, we can't get a. Look at this. I want to see. They're hiding their face. Look, the gloves. Right. Watch this. Right there. You see the glove is green. They're hiding all their skin. You can't see their skin. What about the face? Can you see the face? They're wearing sunglasses. They're totally covered. You don't know what color they are. Oh, wait. There's more. We need evidence of what color they are. Ah, there it is. Look at this. She has her black nails busted. The black lady nails. She's got black lady nails. And dreadlocks. Let's listen to some of the audio. Maybe we can hear. Me So Hungry says, "Them's is black." All right, I'll take a leap of faith, and I'll take a leap right there and say that the six women are black, beating the shit out of everybody. Oh, there she is. There, she took her face off. There we go. Look, there's a black. There she is with neon. Right. There's evidence that they're black women because other black women don't hang out with anybody else but black women. Unless it's a black man and they want something. But you see the black women, they got dreads and there's this gang fucking violence, right? Why? What is going on, man? It's gang violence. That's what it is. This is what the gangs look like. It's not men. It's not angry men. It's angry fucking black women, man. Wow. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. So I want to jump right into the story without further ado. Former Pentagon advisor says, U.S. likely attacked Nord Stream pipelines to isolate Germany. Now, I'll agree with the first part for now. I'm not sold on the second part. Right? U.S. This guy is concluding that the United States did it, right? But what is the reason to isolate Germany? Because Germany wanted to pull out of this support for Ukraine to the tune of $15 billion thus far in military aid. We've given Ukraine $15 billion with a B dollars in guns and armory and all kinds of other shit, right? Bullets and planes and military, shit to blow up the Russians. $15 billion the United States has given in the form of violence. Kill United States solution, kill Russians. They're coming in to take your land. Kill them. That's the United States' instructions. And Germany apparently wasn't really down with that anymore. Right? In Crimea, which has been Russia since the 1700s. So that's what's going on right now. Let's read. A former Pentagon advisor says the most likely culprit behind the Nord Stream pipeline blasts are the United States and Britain, and that the attack was carried out to prevent Germany from bailing on the war in Ukraine. So you're either with us or you're against us. Germany, you cannot have these pipelines. You can no longer have any dealings with Russia because we say so. And you need to shut down that shit permanently forever and go into your pocket, pull out some money, and pay for the war. Fund the Ukrainians to kill the Russians. No doing business with Russia, dirty Germany. It makes a lot of sense as a reason why the United States would do it. I say the number one reason is it chokes Russia from advancing, selling anything, and making a friend deep in Europe, which is Germany. Russia's supplying a commodity that people want and need, and Germany's saying, "Yeah, well, we already got the pipeline, so might as well get it." Right? So let's continue. So, retired U.S. Army colonel. Well, colonel. Is that how you pronounce colonel? Colonel. Colonel. Douglas MacGregor made the comments during an appearance on the Judging Freedom podcast. MacGregor said a process of elimination rules out Germany. All right. Because they are dependent on Nord Stream for their energy security. Not right away. They're not. Again, Nord Stream was not pumping anything. It was future energy. While it also served no benefit for Russia to have sabotaged its own infrastructure. Well, what do you know? Not everyone has their head up their own ass. and knows that what is the motive for Russia to blow up its own pipeline. So, again, we're moving right along, and the evidence continues to why prove, Conti? Shut up already about Nord Stream. Shut up. Why prove that U.S. blew up the Russian pipeline to isolate Russia, while all along the United States is blaming Russia for doing it themselves? Why even go there? Because they're all. It shows you the degree to which they're willing to lie and gaslight Americans and the world. We didn't do it. Russia did it. See, we don't even know what happened. We're investigating. Meanwhile, the only two possibilities for doing this is the British Navy, which is essentially the United States backed anyway, working in cahoots with the Britons, or United States Special Forces. Nobody else can do something like that. The British Navy can do it. The American Navy, under the direction of the SEALs and the Secret Service, secret operations, can clearly do it. Right? It's not like you just drop a pack of firecrackers or an M80 into the ocean and hope that it hits the pipeline. It's very, very specific how they did it. Who the Russians destroy? Here's the colonel again. Right? Why would the Russians destroy their own pipeline? 40% of Russian gross national product or gross domestic product consists of foreign currency that comes into the country to purchase natural gas, oil, coal, and so forth. Russia's a commodity store. You want to buy it? We got it. We got land. You want to buy our stuff? We'll sell it to you. And America says, no. We'll have none of that. You buy it from us in dollars and fuck you. And we don't like your system of currency. We don't like that you make money and keep it. We want you to spend it here, make the money here, and put it into our system so that we can manipulate it with our banking and dollar valuation. That's really what's going on. Evidence in the stock market. So the Russians did not do this, says the colonel. The notion that they did, I think, is absurd. Wow. Absurd. Not Marcus Conti saying it. I'm not a Russian bot. I'm echoing the former advisor to the U.S. Defense Secretary, a colonel in the fucking Navy, right? Saying it, right? However, citing reports that more than 500 kilograms of TNT had been detected in both explosions, the former Pentagon advisor suggested only the United States and British Royal Navy had the capability to pull off the attack. Then you have to look at who are the state actors that have the capability to do this. And that means the Royal Navy and the United States Navy Special Operations. Bingo! Ding, ding, ding. I think it's pretty clear. We know that thousands of pounds of TNT were used because these pipelines are enormously robust. You have several inches of concrete around various metal alloys to move the natural gas. So it's not something that you could simply drop a grenade down at the end of a fishing line and disrupt. That means it takes a certain amount of sophistication. McGregor suggested that the motive behind the attack was to prevent Germany from bailing on the Ukraine war after Berlin began, quote, to give the impression that they were no longer going to go along with this proxy war in Ukraine. Oh, man, you see? Germany, you see the punishment? If you're with them, we'll blow you up. Right? That's how war starts. Now, in the mind of Germany, stop for a second, right? The United States just blew up their shit. Blew up Germany's shit and Russia's shit. So, in the event of world war, who is Germany going to side with? Russia. Who's attacking Germany right now? Who is fucking attacking Germany in World War III right now? It looks like the United States is doing it. The United States is attacking Germany in the Baltic Sea, right? Their property. All right, so there's the evidence, man. Right? Keep moving along, right? Are we still live? Are we still allowed to be here and talk? I guess we are. We're still here. We're still here, I guess. How's everybody doing, man? Mark Sconti reporting. Fascinating story, right? So now there's a smart Wall Street guy out there. Oh, the markets are open. Let's talk about that for a second. We're talking about it because it's up. So markets are coming up right now. It seems. I don't know what the story is over there, but it does look like markets are bouncing up. Let's have a look. So yeah, look at that. Dow Jones Industrial Average is only at 29.9, but it's up 450 today after getting bushwhacked for the last 3 days and weeks. We have the Nasdaq also up 253. Right? Dow is up. What's today? Tuesday. It's only Tuesday and we're up. That's good. Let's see if it holds. It's got to stay up. People look like a lot of bottom feeders are coming in. The S&P 500 is up. Apple is up. Amazon is up. Google is up. Meta up. Microsoft up 5. Rivian up 2. Tesla up 9 on the words of the great Elon Musk. So it looks like, listen, what it appears is that although the United States is escalating their part in it by blowing up people's pipelines, it does seem that maybe Wall Street is saying, all right, enough is enough already, right? So what if Russia takes fucking half of Ukraine? The other half will fall into our pocket, right? It looks like. It does look like Ukraine's going to be a split, in my view, where Russia will take half, the United States and Britain will take the other half, and Zelensky will be allowed to live and breathe, and we'll see. You know, they'll have a healthy competition between each other, or they'll go back to the escapades of World War II and build a fucking wall right up the middle of Ukraine, because that's likely too, right? When in doubt, build a wall. So these numbers, you see these fascinating numbers that seem mystical and magical and just have minds of their fucking own. No, they don't. They're intuitively and intricately attached to what's happening in the world. Let's look at the war stocks themselves. Lockheed Martin up 3.5. Holy smokes. These are military-industrial complex stocks. Raytheon up 1.5. Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Moderna all up today. Might be a short squeeze off the bottom. Who knows? But the holy vaccine stocks, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, and Pfizer, the people that bring you the holy vaccine. The vaccine that you need to keep you safe. Where's the picture? I lost the picture. All right. To keep you safe. So what did Elon Musk say? Why is Elon Musk in the news? Elon Musk says this. All right. So over there in Ukraine, the Ukrainian people had a referendum, what the Americans, you keep hearing it in mainstream media, are calling a sham election. It's illegal to have an election, the Americans are saying. For whatever reason, right? Oh, it's illegal. It violates international law. Yeah, right? People are voting and electing. So Elon Musk suggested, well, it looks like the vote went for the Russians. Why don't we, now that everything is settling down, why don't we have another one? Just for shits and giggles, right? Give more people the opportunity to vote. And we'll look at those numbers and we'll respect it. If Russia wins, U.S., get the fuck out and let the people be. If United States wins, Russia, get the fuck out and let the United States continue to run Ukraine. You know, the Ukrainian people are not voting for Ukraine anymore. They're voting for Russian control or American control. That's really it. European NATO control. So Elon Musk, taking a brilliant leap of faith, says, redo the elections of annexed regions under UN supervision. Russia leaves if that is the will of the people. Wow. Right? Crimea, formerly part of Russia, as it has been since 1783, leave that alone. Ukraine remains neutral. This is highly likely to be the outcome in the end. Just a question of how many die before then. That's what Elon Musk is saying. The great philanthropist, fucking capitalist, Elon Musk, creator of Twitter. No. The hijacker of Twitter, the creator of Tesla, battery-operated cars, is saying, end it now. Because this is the likely outcome. Russia is likely to take. Why, Elon Musk is asking, do more people have to die, America? Why do you, in light of these, what you're calling sham elections, the people are speaking, and your solution, America, is to provide the people speaking with guns and bombs to kill the other people. Kill them. I mean, I can't emphasize that enough. The United States is advocating violence. Advocating violence. Yes, yes, yes. The Russians are engaging in violence by pushing someone's front door in, right? An old relative saying, join us, or else, right? Yes, that is the fact. But that's not our part in it. That's the circumstances happening on the ground. We escalate the problem. The United States and the Russian Navy escalate the problem by blowing up their shit and giving them $15 billion in guns and planes and bombs and bullets and fucking arsenals. We, America, are escalating the war. So he's taking some shit. People are saying, fuck off. Fuck off, Elon. You don't know what you're talking about. I think Zelensky should fuck off at this point. I think Zelensky should shut the fuck up. Seek asylum somewhere. Go to fucking fly into New York. Go visit the UN. And when you're done at the UN, under all your protection, Ukraine protection, walk out the door and demand asylum. Right? You'll be given asylum. The United States will easily give you asylum. Do that. All right? And then you could go work at CNN and MSNBC, and you could broadcast your rhetoric from here. Right? So thank you everybody for joining me. Great crowd today. We got a lot of people. Weevil Girl is here. Hello, Weevil Girl. Joni Thackeray is here. A lot of new names. Right? If you're commenting in the live chat, I read it later. I don't often. I sometimes read the bottom of it because I'm talking, man. I'm doing a show. People say, Conti, you don't pay attention to my fucking what I say. I do. I read it later. I read it, and then it becomes part of tomorrow's show, tomorrow's psyche. But thank you all for joining me. I do appreciate it. If you have something long, I know a lot of people want to have a lot to say about what's being said. Say it in the comments under the video at the end, right? So you get your whole breath out, right? You could say whatever you want, and you're not stepping on anybody's toes while you're saying it. The live chat next door over here is brief. It's like, one sentence. Say it. But anyway, so I guess I got to support Elon Musk's effort here for speaking his mind, right? Speaking what we already know. They're already in there, and Ukraine was mostly Russia anyway, and why encourage them to kill their brothers and sisters, which the inevitable is happening. Russia will take over. So kudos to Elon Musk. So 4 alleged looters, right, down in Florida right now. They're suffering from a horrible hurricane. See the images? Homes wiped out, right? So if you're down there, if you're one of those gangs down there in Florida, the word on the street is people in Florida are ready, willing, and able and want to shoot you, right? Shoot the looters. All right, here it is. Looters killed. Free, right? We'll kill the looters for free. All right, so these young men, young people, this is a bit of a national problem here. But these 4 people, look at their faces. Young people, one is 33, 20s, 2 of them are 20 years old, and another one is 23, got caught looting. 4 Floridians have been arrested and charged for allegedly looting in the aftermath of her. And there's a lot of unsupervised property right now in Florida, right? This is where I would say shoot to kill. If you see gangs of looters roaming around the empty streets of Florida where Hurricane Ian hit, and they're carrying television sets and backpacks full of other people's shit, shoot them, or at least shoot up in the air, right? Stop them from doing what they're doing. Follow them. If they shoot at you, shoot back. You gotta stop this, right? Look, don't go to Florida looting people. Go there with love. Go there with loaves of bread under your arm and fresh water, and offer security to these areas. Don't you get the karma of going there, stealing from people that got whacked by a tornado, going into their private properties and rummaging through their shit is so foul, is so karmically toxic, is very sinful if you're following Jesus. That is sin. So these 4 young people are in some shit right now. Here's Ron DeSantis talking about it. Let's hear future President Ron DeSantis.
The other thing that we're concerned about, particularly in those areas that were really hard hit, is we want to make sure we're maintaining law and order. Don't even think about looting. Don't even think about taking advantage of people in this vulnerable situation. And so local law enforcement is involved in monitoring that. I told Kevin if the state needs to help as well, because you can have people bringing boats into some of these islands and trying to ransack people's homes.
That's a bad idea, Ron. Don't give the criminals some other idea. Ron DeSantis just put the idea in criminals' minds that you could use a boat and go inside the lagoons and fucking steal.
Bringing boats into some of these islands and trying to ransack people's homes. I can tell you, in the state of Florida, you never know what may be lurking behind somebody's home. And
whoa, that was a threat.
You never know what may be lurking behind somebody's home.
In other words, you step into my home, I'll shoot you, motherfucker. I don't care if you're wearing green leotards and you're a fat black female on the train. If you're down here in Florida, we're going to shoot you. This is how you handle it, man. People protecting their own. Anybody who is down, first of all, anybody who has property in Florida that got ransacked by Hurricane Ian should now begin to make their way back with their photo ID of where they live. Their reason for being there is to protect my home. You're not allowed in here? Fuck you. I'm going to protect my property at this point. Right? So, and if you don't belong there, don't go there. Right? But if you do belong there, go there. So Ron DeSantis looking very presidential there. Look at this, man. If you think the drug war is working, if you think throwing everybody in jail and sanctioning countries that manufacture drugs, I guess, is a bad thing, you would be wrong. Right? It again, escalating the violence. The answer, the solution to the drug war is and always has been what? Right? What has it always been? Decriminalization. Decriminalize it. De-escalate the violence and the crime surrounding it. First. That is the first thing you do. Numero uno, Ecuador. Numero uno. Stop the violence. Stop the killing. Right? For simply, giving people what they want. Right? That's what they're doing. People want the drugs. They make the drugs. And then this happens. Look at this. Ecuador prison clash leaves at least 15 dead, 20 injured. In Ecuador, look at this. A clash between inmates armed with guns and knives. That's not a prison. That's a fucking execution chamber. Inmates armed with guns and knives inside the Lacacunga prison in central Ecuador left 15 people dead and 20 injured. That's an execution chamber. Yeah. Send them into jail. Send the rival gang, all of their soldiers, into the jail where we kill them so that our cartel prospers more because we just killed 20 of them. Right? Officials attribute to the fighting to the national and international drug trafficking groups, which have turned the Andean nation's prisons into the scene of repeated massacres. Repeated. Right? Look how many fucking people died. Look at the numbers. Listen to the numbers. Some 316 inmates were killed inside of Ecuadorian prisons last year alone. 316 dead, according to the Penitentiary Service. So far this year, there have been 90 deaths. The worst massacre took place in September of last year, where 125 prisoners were executed. Ecuador's prison system is designed for about 30,000 people. 30,000 people, right? And roughly 300 of them die per year. They have execution chambers in Ecuador, and you can blame directly the policies in America, the policies in countries that declare international war crimes to people that manufacture drugs in their own country and sell them in the open market. Right? We're doing this. Might doesn't make right. Stop the violence. Decriminalize the problem. Stop the death. Stop the suffering first. When you decriminalize and you stop the violence, the problem doesn't go up. The problem goes down. Right? They have this theory in America, still to this day, in counties and states that have illegal cannabis, are still saying that if they legalize cannabis, the incidence of intoxication behind the wheel will go up. Meaning that more people will be smoking weed behind the wheel because it's legal. There is no statistical evidence of that. There's no moral, how do you come to that conclusion that because it's legal, more people will be, but the statistics show that the number actually goes down. It goes down because you're not treating people like fucking criminals anymore. Right? Now, I'm not an advocate. This is what I say. You want my position? People that you want to know my opinion, I try to stay in the middle. But I'll go off the rails on this one. If you drink alcoholic beverage, I don't know, 1 or 2, whatever it takes, and then or you're doing it behind the wheel, here's your car keys, right? You got a car key, right? And you take a couple of drinks at the bar and you go out into your car and you put your key in the fucking car and you start driving. you're a criminal. You shouldn't be doing that. If you smoke a pound of hookah, right, cannabis, and you're high out of your mind, don't fucking drive, right? You should be, I believe right there, the law is clear, right? Punish people that do that, right? And if you have a problem that you can't stop, then we'll give you some help and then we'll punish you, or both. But I'm not an advocate of intoxication behind the wheel. But that's not what we're saying here. We're talking about de-escalating killing, murder, death, executions of people engaged in the commerce of these things. Right? How many people at Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson that, or the Sackler family who made Purdue Pharma, who made OxyContin, how come we're not advocating the death or putting them in prison so that they could be executed? Right? How many people did they kill? 1 million? How many people did the creators of OxyContin, the Purdue Pharma people, kill? Directly or indirectly? 1 million. Right? Everybody knows somebody that overdosed from OxyContin somewhere. You hear it all the time. Oh yeah, my son, he got strung out and he died. So there you go, man. Let's see. Last look at the markets. Not bad. We're up. Yeah, holding up. NASDAQ is going up. The Dow is creeping up. So maybe we're at the bottom. I don't know. What the hell I know, man. I don't know anything anymore. But thank you. What I do know is you guys are doing this, right? I'm not doing this. Like I said, without you, there's no me. I'm just the stenographer, really. I'm just a stenographer. I'm sitting on my piano. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Calito Brigante is here. Weevil Girl. Jante Tacre. A lot of new names. Just bear with me. Mad Cow Mark, an old name here. Vinny Di Martini. Thank you all for not being dicks in the chat. Thank you. Although some people we don't like police and we don't like people roaming around in our world, but we have to do that here. We have a wrench to keep people from eating each other. And you're never locked out. If you're a dick in the chat, a week or two, try again, and I'll take your name out of the box if you stop being a dick.